Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why do I let negative thoughts control my life? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Today, let's embark on a journey into the depths of Stoic wisdom where we'll learn not just to manage our thoughts, but to master them completely. Before we dive in, let me ask you this. What's one negative thought you've conquered recently? Leave it in the comments below. Reflecting on your growth is a powerful step toward resilience. 1. Understanding the nature of negative thinking. Negative thinking is a universal human experience. It's often triggered by our perceptions, how we interpret events, comments, or setbacks. Consider this. When you face criticism, do you immediately assume the worst about yourself? Or when things don't go as planned, do you dwell on failure rather than seeking solutions? Marcus Aurelius reminds us that negativity isn't inherent in events themselves, but in how we interpret them. He wrote, "If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your judgment of them." Let's break this down. Imagine losing your job or facing rejection. The event itself is neutral. It's your response that gives it meaning. If you frame it as a catastrophe, your thoughts spiral into hopelessness. But if you view it as an opportunity to pivot, to grow, or to redefine your path, the same event becomes empowering. Negative thinking often arises from cognitive distortions, mental habits like catastrophizing, overgeneralizing, or dwelling on the past. For example, you might think, "I always mess up," when in reality, you've succeeded countless times before. Such thoughts are like weeds in a garden. If left unchecked, they overrun the landscape of your mind. Marcus Aurelius knew that unchecked negativity could poison his ability to lead. As emperor, he faced constant criticism, betrayal, and war. Yet he trained himself to confront his thoughts rationally. He'd ask, "Is this thought true? Is it useful? Or is it simply an emotional reaction?" Start practicing this awareness in your daily life. The next time a negative thought creeps in, pause and ask yourself, "Is this thought helping me or holding me back?" This simple habit, repeated over time, can begin to transform your mental landscape. 2. The root cause of negativity. To kill negativity, we must understand its roots. At its core, negative thinking often stems from fear. Fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown. Marcus Aurelius confronted this directly, writing, "Do not be disturbed by what happens around you, but rather, look inward and master your thoughts." Think about your life. When do negative thoughts strike hardest? Perhaps it's when you're comparing yourself to others, replaying past mistakes, or dreading future uncertainties. These patterns reveal a deeper truth. Negativity thrives on misplaced focus. When you fixate on what's outside your control, other people's opinions, past regrets, or future possibilities, you surrender your peace of mind. Marcus had every reason to succumb to negativity. As ruler of the Roman Empire, he faced constant political intrigue, personal loss, and the weight of leading during plagues and wars. Yet he found strength by shifting his focus inward. He recognized that the root of negativity is attachment, clinging to outcomes, approval, or a perfect life. Here's a relatable example. Imagine you've worked hard on a project only to receive criticism. The immediate reaction might be anger or self-doubt. But what if you viewed that criticism as an opportunity to improve? By detaching from the need for constant approval, you free yourself from its grip. Marcus's wisdom teaches us to distinguish between what we can and cannot control. He wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. If it is not within your control, do not concern yourself with it." Reflect on this. How much of your negative thinking stems from worrying about things you cannot change? The antidote lies in acceptance. Acknowledge what is beyond your influence and redirect your energy to what truly matters: your thoughts, actions, and character. This shift is liberating, turning negativity into an opportunity for growth. 3. The Stoic practices to kill negative thinking. Now that we've explored the roots of negativity, let's dive into practical Stoic exercises that Marcus Aurelius used to reclaim his mental clarity. The view from above. Imagine you're standing on a mountaintop, looking down at your life. From this vantage point, your worries shrink in size. Marcus practiced this perspective to remind himself of life's transient nature. He wrote, "All things are ephemeral, what is seen and unseen. The works of man will fade, as will the memories of those who beheld them." Guy. This exercise reminds us that our problems, no matter how overwhelming, are fleeting. Try it now. Close your eyes and visualize your challenges as small dots on a vast landscape. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as you recognize their insignificance in the grand scheme. Control what you can. Negative thinking often arises when we obsess over uncontrollable outcomes. Marcus's wisdom offers a simple solution. Focus only on what lies within your control. He said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Here's an actionable tip. Make a list of what you can and cannot control in a challenging situation. Commit to acting on what's in your power and letting go of the rest. This mindset turns obstacles into stepping stones. Negative visualization. While it may sound paradoxical, imagining the worst-case scenario can reduce fear. Marcus practiced this to prepare for life's uncertainties. He reflected on loss and adversity, not to dwell on them, but to strengthen his resilience. Try this exercise. Think of a fear that haunts you. Visualize facing it with courage and calm. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Can I survive it? You'll likely realize that your strength far outweighs the fear. 4. The role of gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most effective tools to counter negativity. Why? Because it shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. Marcus Aurelius understood this profoundly, often reflecting on the blessings in his life, even amid hardships. He wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave them if they were not yours." Consider this. How often do you take the simplest things for granted? Your health, a supportive friend, a warm meal? When negativity takes hold, it's often because we're fixating on what's missing or what went wrong. Gratitude redirects that focus, illuminating the abundance already present in our lives. Modern science confirms what Marcus intuitively knew. Studies show that practicing gratitude can rewire the brain, enhancing mood and reducing stress. It's a mental reset button, allowing us to step back from negativity and see the bigger picture. Here's a practical exercise. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be grand achievements. In fact, the smaller, more specific moments often have the greatest impact, like a kind word from a stranger, a favorite song, or the warmth of sunlight on your face. Let's make this even more powerful. As you write your gratitude list, pause to reflect on each item. Ask yourself, why does this matter to me? How would my life be different without it? This deepens your appreciation and strengthens your emotional connection to the positive aspects of your life. Gratitude is not a denial of life's challenges. Instead, it's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. Marcus wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Let this thought guide you today, transforming your mindset from scarcity to abundance. 5. Building resilience. Through reflection. Reflection is the Stoics' cornerstone for building resilience. Marcus Aurelius devoted time daily to assess his thoughts and actions, writing in Meditations as a way to refine his character. He believed in the importance of self-examination, asking himself questions like, "What did I do today? Was it just? Was it wise? Why is reflection so powerful? Because it allows us to step back from the chaos of daily life and see patterns, both positive and negative. Without reflection, we might repeat the same mistakes or fail to appreciate our progress. Marcus teaches us that resilience isn't built overnight. It's the result of consistent effort to understand and improve ourselves. Start small. At the end of your day, set aside just 5 minutes for reflection. Ask yourself, what went well today? What challenges did I face, and how did I respond? Did I let negative thoughts dictate my actions, or did I rise above them? Write your answers in a journal. Over time, you'll notice themes emerging, areas where you excel and patterns where negativity sneaks in. This awareness is the first step to breaking free. Reflection also prepares us for future challenges. Marcus wrote, "A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others." To stand erect means to develop inner strength through understanding. By reflecting on past difficulties, you'll recognize your own resilience. Every challenge you've faced has taught you something, even if the lesson wasn't clear at the time. Imagine this. A sailor doesn't become skilled on calm seas. It's the storms that test their ability and make them stronger. Your reflections are the map that guides you through life's storms. They remind you of your capabilities and keep you anchored in your values. 6. The power of perspective. Perspective is one of the most profound tools in the Stoic toolkit. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of the bigger picture, writing, "Consider how fleeting and insignificant your own life is, compared with the vastness of the universe." When we're caught up in negativity, it's often because our perspective has narrowed. A single failure, criticism, or disappointment feels overwhelming when viewed in isolation. But what happens when you zoom out? Suddenly, that problem becomes a mere dot on the timeline of your life, barely a blip in the infinite scope of existence. Let's consider an example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Frustration builds as minutes tick by. But ask yourself, will this moment matter a week from now? A year from now? Most likely, it won't. Marcus Aurelius challenges us to approach every moment with this awareness, writing, "How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life." To cultivate perspective, practice mindfulness. Take a moment to observe your surroundings, the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. Remind yourself that this moment, no matter how challenging, is just one chapter in a much larger story. Another exercise is the view from the end. Imagine you're at the end of your life, looking back. What advice would you give your present self about this situation? Chances are, you'd remind yourself to let go of trivial concerns and focus on what truly matters. Perspective is not about denying difficulties, but about seeing them in context. Marcus often reflected on the interconnectedness of all things, noting how even pain and hardship contribute to the greater whole. He wrote, "All things are interwoven, and the web is holy." Remember this interconnectedness when negativity strikes, and use it to shift your focus from frustration to gratitude. 7. Cultivating inner peace. Through acceptance. Acceptance is a cornerstone of Stoicism, and it's a powerful weapon against negativity. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on the importance of aligning with nature's flow rather than resisting it. He wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." But what does acceptance mean in practice? It doesn't mean passivity or giving up. Instead, it's about acknowledging reality as it is and focusing your energy on how to respond. When you resist what's already happened, whether it's a setback, a mistake, or a loss, you waste precious energy on something you can't change. Think about a time you struggled to accept something. Maybe it was a relationship ending, a missed opportunity, or an unexpected failure. The pain often comes not from the event itself, but from our refusal to let go. Acceptance allows us to move forward without the weight of resistance dragging us down. One of Marcus's key teachings on acceptance is recognizing impermanence. He wrote, "Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact." By understanding that all things are temporary, including our struggles, we can face life's challenges with greater equanimity. Here's an exercise. The next time you face a difficulty, pause and take 3 deep breaths. As you breathe in, silently say, "I accept what is." As you exhale, say, "I focus on what I can control." This simple practice helps calm the mind and shifts your attention to productive action. Remember, acceptance doesn't mean you're powerless. It means you're wise. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you embrace life as it is, you reclaim your power to grow and thrive. Marcus Aurelius taught us that we are not slaves to our thoughts. With practice and discipline, we can become masters of our inner world. Remember his words, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Negative thinking is not your destiny. It's a habit you can break. Start today by practicing gratitude, controlling what you can, and reflecting on your growth. And don't forget to share your insight in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to rise above negativity and embrace a life of purpose. Thank you for watching. If this video brought you value, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, let's make Stoic Venture a community where we thrive through ancient wisdom.